Come on. Come on. Come on. Have to move it. Boo. Come on. Easy. Come here. Come on. Yep. Come on. Come on. Easy, fast. Come on, fast. Easy. Yep. Move. 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 Yep. Easy. 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 Come on. Move. 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 Come on. Easy. Move. Okay. I'm not trying to make you mad. I'll try and quiet down. Sorry. Come on, stop. Come on. Oh. Oh. Come on. Easy. Come on. Okay, the bar. Come on. All right, Wednesday training. Let's talk about my programming. Then I'll talk about what I lifted today. So today was a heavy day. I'm doing 4 heavy days a week right now. 2 are a pull or a squat, and 2 are a press, overhead press or bench press, something like that. Today is Wednesday. It is my heavy pull day. It's become the heavier day between Wednesday and Saturday. At least it feels like it, or at least there's more work being done. So I pivoted. I had been doing block pulls for about 3, maybe 4 weeks, and I was pushing things up pretty high. So instead of going up and hurting myself or fatiguing my central nervous system, I pivoted to some different movements, and I'm going to work on them for probably 2 to 3 weeks before I pivot back to like a block pull. So today's movements were a sumo stance deadlift and a rack pull below the knee height, higher than I've been pulling on the rack pulls. And I haven't had rack pulls on Wednesday before. They've been on Saturday. So the sumo pulls, it was all over the place. I couldn't get it to feel right. I was thinking too much about it while I was setting up, and you really need to just execute and not think about all your form, or at least that's what I need to do. But I did okay. I worked up by quarters and plates. I had a 25-pound bumper plate and a 10-pound bumper plate on there for starters, and then I worked up by quarters and plates. I eventually switched out to what I'll call a Brad triple. That's where I do 2 reps, walk away for a little bit, come back, do 1 rep. And I like to do that, so I have to set up twice. It's a little bit maybe easier than doing 3 in a row, but with a deadlift, the first one can be the hardest, so who's to say? So if we look at the weights, it's hard to say because I had that weird weight on the bar, but I know I ended with a 475 times 2, walk away, come back, did 1. It was pretty solid. I maybe had more in me, but this is like my first week doing the movement in a while, so I didn't want to peak out yet. I just wanted to get somewhere, feel it out, and then next week I'll come back, adjust the reps or adjust the weight. Some lady got mad at me for dropping the weights, and my dad instincts kicked in. I have 4 sassy boys. Well, sassy, angry, they all have their own personality traits, but dad instincts kicked in. Lady in her 70s probably came over and told me she didn't want to hear me dropping those weights, and instead of getting mad or anything, just went to dad mode and said, okay, sorry, wasn't trying to make you mad. And then she seemed satisfied with that and walked away. And then you could see on my last set of 475, the single, I set down ever so gently, but gosh, I wasn't slamming the weights down. It's just hard. It could be easier to just drop them that last inch or so I don't have to put my body in a weird position. Anyways, moved on to rack pulls. Last time I did rack pulls, I had injured my back, so I really wanted to adjust and make sure I wasn't gonna hurt myself, which meant using regular straps instead of figure 8 straps and not pushing the weights up past 100% of my deadlift max. I believe I worked up to 525 for a triple. I adjusted the height so it was below my knees because my friend Umar told me to, and those went well. The triples felt pretty easy. Some of them just flew up. Others I had to put some internal pressure into it. Hold your breath and just go. But they all went pretty well. Again, I didn't push it up super hard because it's week 1 of this movement. I'll circle back next week and we either push it up real hard or we'll take 3 weeks to get to where we need to be. That's how I treat max effort. Let's attack it the first week, not with all our might. Then maybe the week 2 or week 3. By the time we've done all we can do, it's time to pivot to a different movement. From there, I went to a frame carry. Last week I did 4 plates aside, there and back. This week I worked up to 4 plates and a quarter. I think it's about 500 pounds, but I don't know how much the trap bar weighs. Hardest part of that movement is my grip. I don't use straps. It's more of a grip exercise and just kind of getting my body adjusted to carrying loads around in case I do any strongman competitions. So yeah, I made it through that and that was good. And then here I am, no time for cardio, no time for accessories, no time for anything else. But it was a good workout. It was smart for me to pivot my movements because Saturday was brutal doing deadlifts off the ground. So I wanted something easier to do, which sumo is easier because technique is more of my problem. My technique isn't so refined that I can hit max effort weights. So the limiter for my sumo tends to be technique. But I believe 475 is my heaviest sumo. I know I failed at 495 recently. Again, technique. So maybe I'll try 495 next week. We'll see. So good workout. Tomorrow will be another heavy day, heavy pressing day. Time to get food, water, and figure out what's going on tomorrow.